Which one?
At the concentration camps. I was a guy with a mouse ears waving.
To help the kids come through?
Free, no food. I did a bit.
And the book came out a long time ago. I'm getting word here. A lot of people read it in great.
That's cool.
Really? I didn't know. It's called Night. Yeah, it's supposed to be.
It just
kind of
came back out then or something.
Yeah, maybe they
it's on the
issued
shelves.
it or something.
Yeah,
it's on the shelves like it's a new read.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I don't want to bore you more with it, so I'll show you. Tell me this shit.
No, this shit's interesting to us.
There's a psychiatrist who was in the Holocaust, and he used to give therapy. He found out, and it's crazy. These people are dying, and he's convincing them to talk about what they're feeling. And he found out the kind of survival therapy, and he turned it into something you can go to now. To survive. He said, I saw how these men survived. I saw they needed to cry. I saw they needed to get mad. Whatever, but he came up with this kind of Viktor Frankl.
And he uses
I wonder if people, though, cheapen it by going because, I had an awful summer.
Yeah.
And I want to go, and I want to... I'm the guy who developed it through that.
I tried reading it, and I still can't get rid of my stutter.
Bill's yelling at me from Philly. Yeah, Eli, what's his last name? Wiesel, okay. Doesn't need any help from Oprah. He won the fucking Nobel Peace Prize in 1986 for that book.
Yes, he did.
That's good shit.
All right.
I remember reading about, what's the guy who does those cartoons, Mouse?
Joe Franklin?
Klaus something.
The guy, it's a cartoon, it's a comic strip about the Holocaust, but played out with cats and mice.
Charles Schultz.
Jesus. Charles Schultz, yeah.
Charles.
But he said...
Snoopy was a Jew.
That's right. But he said there's support groups for children of Holocaust survivors because they're the worst parents in the world. Because you say something you say something like, I have a bad day, I'm depressed, Mom. I had Hitler gassing my father, okay?
Yeah, there's really no way you can...
No, you come home late from, your home past curfew. I have to put up with this after I was in a pile of bodies with a steam shovel?
Yeah, they even call it third generation. Like my grandmother would tell me, I lost 5 sisters. We jumped on a train.
Yeah.
I lost 5 sisters. My mother would say, your grandmother lost 5 sisters. So
yeah, so
I would stutter
do anything.
to take the edge off.
Say anything, right? Yeah.
Man. So do you read about the Holocaust a lot, or is this just one?
I was.
You look like a reader.
A while.
You're a reader, aren't you?
You
like books?
Not since I found pussy to Lucky Louie.
But before that,
is that why we're here? Is it a surprise? They bring it back. Everyone gets quiet.
Sadness in the room. Well,
it's hard to keep on the Holocaust conversation and keep it upbeat.
I know, but we're doing it. That's this country doesn't understand. It's called being awake.
Yeah.
Why do you have to have fajita?
Well, this is what, like you're saying, that people might get... the thing that pisses me off is that this book will be discussed on NPR, but it'll be done in voices like...
Right.
We are now sweet. It is very stories that are horrific. Yes. But we're actually cracking it open and getting more deeper into what it is.
I want to read that book, though. I want to read it.
And the whole... because that's amazing, that whole mindset where he can actually look into the horrors like that and then bring it back and write about it. There was actually a big controversy about the experiments they did on people, whether some of them should, or the writings of them should be used to kind of help people today.
Yeah.
And I remember
if they found anything.
Yeah,
but they weren't trying to help anybody. They were just saying,
but even in all that
Clorox into a woman's vagina and
all that horrible stuff. Do you think though that
guess what?
But don't you think like those are
got rid of her asthma?
Those are the over the top ones.
So the experiments that
don't
work.
You think maybe there was one or two German doctors that were kind of like, let me see if I can do this.
See if I can make a bone heal faster.
Something. So obviously, it took breaking the bone first, and then being in complete pain and laughing and prodding, and
then trying to get his arm to fuse to his skull.
But there were people that wanted to read through all of that to see if anything good could come out of it and useful. And people were saying, no, don't even use that at all, whether it's good or bad or anything. You agree with that? None of that information
use it. You should.
Yeah, I think you should.
It doesn't change the fact. It doesn't change what happened.
Yeah.
Well, it's happening now. A girl just lost her feet on the roller coaster.
Well, we saw that she lost her feet.
With that story, Rick.
Should that be used now as a way to see how feet can be cut off at 250 feet high
or
and
to
then
sell sneakers
sewn back on?
The fun way to fix your feet or ruin your feet.
I was thinking it would be odd if the cable slicing through her feet didn't do it enough damage. Like they could have attached her feet, but her feet falling 250 feet and hitting the ground,
hitting some guy in the head,
broke all the bones in her feet. So it's like, oh, this doesn't hurt, and they sew them back on, and she's like, ow, I got 2 broken feet.
How can we go worse than the Holocaust? That's funny,
man. A kid with 2 feet that fell off.
We could do Bong His for Jesus after the break. Rick, what are we promoting again? I don't know.
The Holocaust.
I had it wrong. I had no idea.
Sidewalk Cafe. When are you at the Sidewalk Cafe?
Tonight at 10, and it kicks ass. I swear to God.